Hey, hi. My name is Nel, right? So,
I'm Nepal.
I'm Ira.
and our friend there taking our video, Yusro. Hi, Yusro. Okay. So, basically, we hope you guys out there will enjoy throughout this video, right? That and gain at least something about procurement management. And we going to discuss about the biggest and the most leading business in the world, which is Apple company, right? So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
Please enjoy.
So before we discuss further, alright, about our case study today, I would like to explain to you a little bit about the 4 steps in procurement process. So we believe that every organization that outsources goods or services from outside their business does go through the procurement process. So basically, there are 4 steps in procurement process. The first one is planning your procurement. So whereby an organization needs to determine whether it is relevant to outsource the goods or services, and hereby they will analyze all the costs and budgets that their business process, provide with documentation to their target vendor, and so forth. The second process is executing or selecting your vendor, where this step which an organization needs to evaluate to select the bidders and award the contract winning the vendors. The third step, which is administering. Administering procurement is to ensure that the seller's performance meet the contractual requirements. So it is critical to monitor and control the vendor, as the contract between 2 parties a legal relationship, and a business need to send right person to watch for the constructive change orders, whether there are any changes, any change requests regarding contract. And this is what we're going to highlight for today's case study, which is administering procurement. And then the 4th step is closing procurement, which is it involves completing and settling contracts and resolve any open items, as well as to provide with the performance audits, which is to identify what they need to refer for future reference, which is the lesson learned for their procurement reference.
We know that Apple is one of the leading companies in the world. Apple company has emerged themselves and become one of the most successful money-making machine of all time. Although Apple has marketed their product quite a long time, they still don't have real competitors yet. What is their secret behind it? During 2007, the arrival of iPhone has changed all the perception and economic curve in Apple company. They successfully managed to grab people's attention and also able to handle rapid demand from people. How did Apple manage to handle demand from their customer well? The answer is by having strong supply chain operation behind it. Apple managed to plan their supply chain management well, both on physical side and on digital side. Even their competitors cannot deny that Apple has one of the best supply chain management that the world ever had. On physical side, Apple outsources their products to somebody else so that it will directly goes to customer. This has reduced the cost of delivery. While in digital part, Apple outsources everything about innovation to other party. This is to avoid the risk in making their customer success stories. Apple also managed to outsource their developing apps for iPhone and iPad to third party. They plan to do that process to reduce their development costs. And yes, they managed to cut the cost until it nearly meet zero development costs.
Upon investigations, they found out that Apple supplier, which is Wintek, intensifying a military-style management of workers, which totally contrasts with Apple Code of Conduct. that they uphold a worker's basic human right by treating them with dignity and respect. In order to meet Apple's demanding production orders on short notice, Wintek actually resort in human labor practices and even denying workers basic human needs such as not allowing battery break, insufficient rest, and does not get an access to proper nutrition. This condition, which partly contribute to high-level turnover rate. Under guise of student internship, Apple's vendor use students as their workers and exploit them to the maximum. The rampant labor rights violations at Apple suppliers in China are rooted in the rush purchasing practices and failure of effective monitoring by Apple. Directly and indirectly, the excessive overtime, use of dispatch labor, and harsh management practices are the results of short delivery time demanded by Apple before it launches new products. The problem that is facing by Apple reveals that Apple doesn't care about the violations at its suppliers. Therefore, repeatedly, SACOM demands Apple strictly enforce the standards promised in its suppliers' code of conduct.
So, based on the case study we have discussed just now, alright, basically we have learned something that is procurement management in every business, or in this case, Apple business, have to really particular or really important for them. So, it is important to know that it is a good way to outsource from external sources for any organization or business. But it is also crucial to understand the element in procurement management in order to tailor between two parties. What happened actually for Apple in its latest issue regarding the supplier code of conduct? Apple has failed to monitor its supplier. In this situation will actually lead to Apple performance and maybe impact to their sales, as well as because the brand of Apple is affected. Maybe the trust of society on Apple may be reduced because of its supplier violated the contractual agreement by using and manipulating underage as the military style labors in China. Okay, so as in what we understand in procurement management, Apple should administer its supplier so they meet the legal requirements and agreements that they have made during the executing procurement. Apple must send the right person to do the performance audit at the supplier's workstation and operation in order to monitor their works actually. So yeah, procurement management, monitoring and controlling in procurement management process is very essential for any business that are sourced from external vendor.
Here I am waiting, I have to leave soon. Why am I holding on? We knew this day would come, we knew it all along. How did it come so fast? This is how